everyone, this is Charu, legal intern at Lexis and Company. This video is about the case Gujarat Bottling Company Limited versus Coca-Cola Company. This is a landmark judgment of franchise agreement and is widely cited. The case first appeared in Bombay High Court before Dhanuka J, who issued interim injunctions against the trade of Gujarat Bottling Company, which is further referred as GBC. Dissatisfied with the judgment of the learned bench, GBC forwarded its appeal to the Supreme Court. It is a 33 pages long judgment which deals with agreements in restraint of trade and the plight which fell on the workmen of GBC after the interim injunction was issued. The background of the case is the plaintiff, that is the Gujarat Bottling Company, had two stakeholders, namely Ahmedabad Advertising and Marketing Consultants Limited and Mr. Pinakin K. Shah. The latter occupies 79% of total shares, which is distributed among two other family members of the former, is the recipient of the remaining 21 shares. As the name suggests, the company is Gujarat based and has its plants spread across Ahmedabad and Rajkot. The company had an ongoing contract with Coca-Cola Company, which was agreed upon in 1993 and another in 1994. In the year 1995, the company was to undergo certain upgradation with respect to its plant located in Ahmedabad and Rajkot. Owing to the disinterest of the main stakeholder, the shares of the company were transferred to two representatives of PepsiCo, who now claimed ownership rights as they were the recipient of 79% of company's share, the present plaintiff. The defendant, Coca-Cola, was actively operating in India till 1977. However, due to the change in economic policies introduced by the government, the trade setup was hampered. Numerous domestic companies emerged. One such was Parle, with its products like Limca and Maaza. On the revival of Coca-Cola Company in 1980, Parle advanced the trademarks of a few of its products to Coca-Cola. Thereafter, Coca-Cola contracted with GBC for the manufacture of bottles and packaging. Now, the facts of the case is that on September 20th, 1993, Gujarat Bottling Company entered into an agreement with Coca-Cola to bottle and distribute Thumbs Up, Maaza, Limca, Rimzim and Gold Spot, whose trademarks were acquired by Coca-Cola from Parle. Paragraph 14 of the above contract posed a negative covenant on GBC wherein they were forbidden from bottling, distributing or simply dealing with any other company or trademarks during the subsistence of the contract. It was to remain in effect till 1998 and could be terminated at the option of either parties by sending a 1 year prior notice or by mutual consent. The above contract also bound GBC from the supply of syrup in case of subsequent transfer of control without the consent of Coca-Cola. This contract was followed by another contract in the year 1994 for the purpose of registration under Registered User Agreement. The contract dealt with the specification and standards of the product and their due registration and formulation under the Trademarks Act. A term of the contract reduced the duration of prior notice from 1 year to 90 days. In 1995, due to internal issues pertaining in the expansion of GBC, majority shares were transferred to the representatives of PepsiCo, thereby transferring the ownership rights. The new owners contended that the 1994 agreement has superseded the existing 1993 agreement. They therefore served a 90-day prior notice to Coca-Cola for the termination of 1994 agreement. They also forwarded designs for Pepsi product acting beyond the scope of terms of the 1993 agreement. It was held that the 1994 and 1993 agreement were distinctive in nature. The 1993 agreement served the purpose of granting license to Gujarat Bottling Company for dealing with Coca-Cola products, and the 1994 agreement dealt with the registration of user agreement. Both the agreements served different purpose and varied in the scope of its application. Furthermore, under Section 62 of Indian Contract Act, no agreement can supersede a pre-existing agreement without the consent of the contracting parties or without the intention of substitution, which was lacking in the case. It was therefore concluded that GBC failed to act in terms of the contract binding both the parties and was held responsible for the violation. It was also held that paragraph 14 of 1993 agreement was not in restraint of trade as its application is confined to the subsistence of the agreement and not thereafter. It was also mutually entered into by the parties for the promotion of Coca-Cola products for their mutual benefit and therefore doesn't fall under the ambit of restraining trade. It was also contended that the interim injunction granted to the appellants was in consonance with the terms of a negative covenant of 1993 contract and it restricted GBC and numerous other parties involved in the due manufacture and dealings of Coca-Cola products to carry on any such contract with any other company or trademark for the period of 1 year from the date of termination notice, that is 25th January 1996. On the above grounds, the plea of the appellants was dismissed. So this is like a brief understanding of this case. Don't forget to like this video, comment your feedbacks and subscribe to Let's Click for more legal stuff.